Hey everyone, Wanderbot here, and welcome to Wall World, which is effectively a side-scrolling version of Domekeeper, but with some unique extra features and meta progression to make it stand out, make it a little bit more interesting. So I guess let's jump back, do the intro, and then we'll jump into the game. My grandpa once said that the wall has an edge, and people used to live at the bottom of it, on the ground. He said the earth was round. Sounds crazy, right? How can one live on a ball? And how would he know about the supposed bottom of it? We've been living on the wall for several generations at least, and so far no one has ever found a hint of the top or bottom. The wall stretches infinitely in all directions, and its bowels provide us with everything we need. It wouldn't be that bad, actually, if it weren't for the Zyrex. These creatures attack like clockwork, so you don't want to go too far beyond the perimeter. But sometimes we still have to make these forays. Sooner or later, the current mines are depleted. The only chance of surviving such an expedition is your robo-spider and the wall digger exosuit connected to it. But even with proper equipment, not everyone returns. In fact, not even half of them do. For some reason, I increasingly want to believe that the ones who don't return have found that very edge. That very edge my grandpa spoke about. Maybe his words affected me more than I thought. Maybe that's why I became a wall digger too, to find the edge of the wall. Oh, so it is the character in the suit talking about this. I honestly thought it was her for whatever reason. Also, damn! Anyway, let's just dive right in. This is actually my second time playing this, so I might be a little light on the full details. Just because, unfortunately, I don't know what to react to as far as, like, nothing is new to me. However, there's a lot of stuff I haven't seen further in. So I played a little bit to get a little bit of meta progression, so we had a bit of a boost. Because like I said, I played this before for the demo back in February, and actually rather enjoyed it. Like, the pixel art for this is great. Alawar does really, really good work when it comes to pixel art for their games. The previous one that I remember the name of is Necrosmith. I'm pretty sure they made other stuff too, but for whatever reason I'm blanking on what else they've worked on over the years. Boy, this early game is slow. We want to get 6. There it is. We want the blue stuff. I need some drill efficiency, otherwise I am going to lose my mind. So this game doesn't have some meta progression. I haven't gotten too much. Mostly I just increased my Mecha Spider's HP. Wait. Oh no, I only mined 5. I need one more. Shoot. Let's see. What else did I upgrade? Oh, I also increased my carrying capacity, so I can carry a fair bit more. I think each of those tabs holds 3 resources. I'm just gonna go back, because now we can actually go here and grab the plasma drilling efficiency. Originally I'd gone for, like, for my first round I went for speed so I could get to and from, but like, this is night and day, and it scales faster and faster the more you get digging efficiency. So like, every upgrade is like, I think the first one's +5, second one's +15, third one's +25. So after a certain point, you're swimming through this basic rock, which is super handy. Now you might be wondering why I am gathering all of these materials, or not gathering all the materials. Well, gathering the materials, that gets us upgrades. But you may be wondering why I'm specifically, why I'm going out of my way to destroy every rock. This game has a meta progression system that is determined based on the kind of weird sparkly resource in the top right. What that is, you know, I actually don't know what it's called. I don't think there was ever a name for the resource. But if you notice, the white sparkles come out of every rock that I mine. It's a little wasteful, maybe, from a time perspective, to mine everything, but on the flip side, we really do need that meta progression. There's ones that allow you to, like, have your spider dash, and extra, like, weaponry and, like, a shield and some other stuff. And so I want to get as much of that as I possibly can. Grab these, we'll work here. So, you may be watching this video and you're like, hey, this looks a lot like Domekeeper. And I don't want to get into that too far, just because I spent most of my demo and a video I have since decided not to put out, just kind of talking about... There's a difference between, like, cloning something and a derivation, and this very much is kind of, like, riding that line a little bit, but I'm going to give a lot of benefit of the doubt. If only because, like, the quality is good, and the changes were ones that I very much thought would fit Domekeeper particularly well. And so it's kind of neat to see somebody else see an idea and say, like, hey, I can do that, but I can do that well. This is something that I've kind of gone through a bunch. What did we unlock? Overdrive. Hey, that's actually one of, like, the better abilities I possibly could have got. This is something I've gone through a lot with, like, the bullet heaven trend lately. You know, Vampire Survivors came out and a bunch of other people said, like, hey, I can do that too. And they could. It's not worth running from the birds. I'm not fast enough. Well, are they birds? It's not worth running from the flyers. I don't think we have any other enemies coming after me. Oh, but you know what we do have? Upgrades. Can I? No, I need 6. Do I want to get anything other than what I've got? Because I could go for a little bit of movement speed. No, because all I need is one more, all I need is one more gray resource to get the next level of drilling efficiency, and that's way better than movement speed, especially because we just got a booster, so I can actually sprint, which is going to be super helpful. But so, like, Vampire Survivors came out, and a bunch of other developers said, like, hey, yeah, I can kind of make that, and have tried to kind of make their own versions. And I've actually, like, thoroughly enjoyed the depth and creativity from all of those successors, kind of trying their own adjustments on the formula. And I remember a lot of these arguments were kind of being bandied around, specifically for, like, Nomad Survivors and some other things. Or Nomad Survival, which was, I think, the first of the Vampire Survivors successors to come out. But then after a certain point, everybody's just kind of like, well, now I just don't like the genre, as opposed to like, oh, you know, nobody can make anything like this. It's their game. Anyway, my thoughts are, innovation comes from taking cool ideas and iterating on them, is why we have so many really good Survivors likes, and, I mean, Souls likes. I don't know about you, I love Dark Souls, but it's kind of one of those that after a certain point, I'm kind of also cooling on Dark Souls as a concept, and would love to see From Software make, I don't know, Armored Core, which we are getting. It's tempting to get the Conscious Mining for the 10% chance to get an additional resource, but I think I want to go for the Plasma Cutter for the time being. I'm just gonna wait here. Yeah, knew it. Let's start walking. I don't know if we have... Yep, there he is. I don't know if we have any other bad boys. Okay, there we go. Alright, doesn't look like we missed anything. But, like, I've really enjoyed the Souls-like trend of coming up with, like, cool new iterations on the... I mean, honestly, it was just a fairly standard hack-and-slash action RPG, but with more of a focus on, like, being methodical as opposed to being, like, a spectacle fighter. And so it's been really fun seeing, like, all of the different variations from every other developer trying to kind of figure that formula out for themselves, and, like, to come up with their own take, and, like, how to make it more interesting. And so, like, for me, this very much is not too different, honestly, from Kingdom, but deeper. You know, for Kingdom, you have to defend your town at the end of every day. And, you know, you're kind of going side-scrolling anyway, instead of... Well, you're going side-scrolling instead of, like, mining down into the world. And there's very much that kind of feeling of this, like, building this cozy base that is exclusively yours. Okay, so I'm gonna try and use these. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get all of it up. Nah, whatever. And this is why I got the booster jet. Alas, this facility is pretty large. Right, there's nothing else. Ooh, I could have actually gotten another movement speed upgrade. This is a really good first mine. Don't get me wrong. Dang. I was hoping I had a little bit more time. It seems like it's about 1.5 minutes between waves. Because there's no wave timer that I can look at. Ooh, they're already here. Okay, let's go down. Luckily, I can have my spider bot start moving. While I'm still shooting. Not that there's too many of these guys up here, but I still would prefer not to get got too much. Alright, cool. So, could have gotten back a little bit faster, but it's fine. Alright, so while we're here, upgrade. So we want to get the next drilling efficiency and the next movement speed. Combat damage isn't that important yet, but we'll get to that point pretty quickly. But for now, what I want to do is swim through the rock. So one of the strats that I've kind of worked with here, because this game works gravity-wise, like in Dome Keeper, you don't want to dig down too fast because everything's harder in there. In this one, there's only like 2 different stone hardnesses. But also, gravity is on my side. So if I go up first, and more or less have all of my things fall down, it doesn't work, I guess, when it gets to this point. But if I can just have all of my resources fall to the ground instead, then all I have to do is just scoop them off the ground. Wow, this place is, massive? Which is good, bad. I mean, good, because we've got the extra drilling efficiency here, which means I can do a lot more with it. Bad, because it's going to take me a long time to get stuff out of here. I'm very glad I got the meta progression that gives me an extra, I don't know how much carrying capacity. Wow. Okay, we might actually just want to go back at this point. Oh my gosh, it's huge. What? Like, I keep expecting to hit the upper limits here. Oh. And then it keeps not happening. Okay, so we get Replicator. Build turrets at the entrances of unoccupied mines. These turrets attack enemies automatically and require no maintenance. Wait. Okay. Spider must be connected to the mine. Construction menu. Turret replicator. Okay, so this is actually very close to what I was kind of advocating for in a video. In my video on the demo. I still wish that they'd gone the full extent of my suggestion, but I realized that that would be kind of entitled for me to expect them to do 100%. But one of my hopes that they would do for this game is, seeing as we have these big mines that you're going into, what I was hoping for is that we'd actually get, like, things to build inside these mines, that you can use for various things. So specifically, like, resource generators or turrets. But I would love it if it was actually like a Tetris thing. I'm gonna keep bringing it up because if anybody ever decides to follow suit and make their own game kind of in this vein, I, for one, why am I even collecting this stuff? I should leave that for last. I, for one, would adore it if, yeah, there we go. Let's just use our vacuum for good. Okay, and there's still more back here. I just want to get through this. Oh my gosh, it's still going. This might actually be a problem. This is like officially too big, and I mean, luckily we have that turret and stuff, but I was not expecting it to be this huge. But yeah, I would love it if I could put like a building in here. You know, kind of not okay. Sorry. I am thrown off by the fact that this is actually too much. There's too many resources, and I'm trying to figure out, like, how the heck I'm ever going to be able to get any of this stuff back in time. I don't even have the resources for that, which is a little rough. Well, here's one thing. My overdrive is good. Yeah, let's go for that speed bonus. Extra fire rate. Unfortunately, the turret's kind of expensive. No, the middle tier is good. We kind of want to go down that middle tier. These turrets are absurdly... I barely even had to deal with that wave. Okay, so let's leave this stuff here. What I want to do is head to the end of the cave again. I'm going to be able to afford some upgrades here, but this is why I kind of wish there was, like, auto drills that I could kind of place in these locations, like a Tetris block, like a big one too, so it doesn't fit in every cave. But a like, hey, you know, it's actually endless. I mean, we are going to be swimming in meta currency, which is what I was hoping for. I guess what I should probably do is start taking some of this stuff back. No matter what, I need to be done with this cave by, or have these resources out by the end. Holy smokes, procedural generation has decided to gift me with a gift that I'm not sure if I want. Please be the end. Because the deeper this goes, the more time I have to spend leaving. Okay. It looks like, blessed be, we are done with this location. So what I'm going to do is try... Well, we got all the rock. And yeah, that turret's gonna carry us. Okay, let's stay away from that. Let's fire a missile out. Kill some of the spawners. Yeah, that turret's gonna kill most of these things for me. So what I want to do is actually find an area with multiple of these mines in close proximity to each other. For a very specific reason. Because if I can have a bunch of them close together, at this point, when that hits 0, we're gonna have a big fight. And I want to have as many of these turrets working for me as possible. Okay, so let's just go back. As long as I don't take too much damage here, and I probably won't, we'll be able to get some good stuff out of this. Okay, let's just get everything at the end, because this is the hardest for me to kind of chain pull in my general direction. Yeah. Because ideally what I'd like to do is just use the vacuum to collect everything in one space so it's easier for me to loot it all. Yeah, look at that. This is some very, like, Noida-esque fluid dynamics here, and I kind of love it. Because the whole mass is going to carry itself. Yeah, there we go. I almost kind of need, like, a fisher net. And speaking of material or machines that will like actually interact with stuff for me, the materials are in my base. Like, what if I could actually extend like a catcher net from my spider bot? I'm just gonna ignore it for like 2. Uh-oh. Game doesn't like being all tapped. I clicked out of the game very briefly. All right, let's hop in, cause. Right, I should be shooting. Now I can go for journeys. Also, I have a lot of resources. Let's get the turret replicator upgrade. Because I can afford, like, everything here. We might want to go back and take a look at some gun upgrades very briefly, as, yeah, I could use a couple of these. Let's see, do we want to do much more than this? Yeah. I might as well have that do some extra damage. I don't think the extra plasma drill range really helps me too much. And this would be nice. But I think I want to save up so these turrets are as strong as they possibly can be. So hopefully that turret will kind of cover my exit. Actually, let's go down first. Just in case there's something, there's a couple of turret spots down there. I wish it would zoom out a little. If we see a cloud wall, I need to turn around, though. Okay, there's one. I don't think this is good enough. But I do want to check what's in this cave. Nope. Wait. How did I build that thing? Or, oh, maybe I have to be here. Ah, okay. Oh, it costs 15. So, I shouldn't build those lightly. I'm not enjoying how far this is. Okay, and that's the cloud wall. So I think we want to go back up the other direction. So the reason why I want to do this is because I'm not particularly strong, and the 20-minute wave is kind of spooky. I'm just going to use this opportunity to go places. And so the more turrets I can potentially make work for me, the better. Okay, we're gonna get stuck. At least my own turret is currently helping. Come on, turret, buddy. There we go. There. They're gonna have to go past my turret if they want to get to me, or, never mind, we're out. Yeah, I just want to get to a good mine spot with 2 of them. I guess we don't have enough resources to build more. Because here's my initial mine. There might be another mine spot right above it? No. Yes. Okay, so in that case, we want to go here. I don't know if I can specifically recycle these in any way, shape, or form, or if I'm actually just going to run out. But it's worth it. It's worth it if I can get past even the first boss fight. Or if I could just relocate them. Oh, there's 3. I don't think we're going to be able to get enough resources. Nor am I really sure if this is worth the collection. Bored. Keep snacking out of boredom. I wiped out a week's supply in 3 days. Uh-oh. Alright. Couple more, plus a little bit of repair. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat the boss, though. That is the one thing I will say. There's an upgrade that I need that I do not have. But who knows? Maybe I'll be able to fund that upgrade. Maybe I will get really lucky here. Who knows? I guess we have 5. Go back. Okay, build. Oh, it costs more. Dang. I was hoping I'd have enough. And I want to stay away from the boomer. Okay, luckily the missiles seem to specifically go for the most dangerous enemy. Alright, so let's go back to this. Oh, that's rough. That is like the worst timing on this I possibly could have asked for. Okay, I need just 1 more. 2 more, 3 more. Oh, that's bad. Okay. Let's go. Let's get loose. Yeah, unfortunately, this is the thing where I needed an upgrade. Unless... No, I don't have enough. It's dead. All right. Unfortunately, I might have gotten a little bit too close to the cloud wall. Well, whatever. We beat it. So, actually, the boss is not as bad as I thought it would be. I'm still dead. Like, there's nothing I can do at this point to survive further. I mean, okay, maybe there are a couple of things. And obviously having these turrets here is going to help a lot. Oh, that was nice. Very small. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to connect to Spider. You know those mines that I passed up down south? One of them probably has what I'm looking for. Specifically, there should be green minerals in one of these mines that gives me the ability to heal. Because, I don't have any other healing. And I mean, I don't think I'm going to survive the next wave no matter what, but I'm most assuredly not going to survive a cloud wall wave. Luckily, as we get more and more meta progression in this, it will get so much easier to get further and get what I need. And I'll be in generally less trouble, as I'll be able to cope with more problems. Okay, let's go back. I think the airwave got wrecked. Oh, there they are. Okay, I'm gonna rely on my turrets to kind of keep me alive. Yeah, actually parking myself right here works. What? There must have been one melee enemy I missed. It's fine. Okay, so the thing that I need is this. Oh, we got it. Spider speed plus 40%. There is also the quick dash up a wall or down the wall, which might also be just as good. But I'm gonna go for the spider speed. So if you notice when I was fighting the night wave, the boss, the big tentacle cloud, whatever you want to call it, very specifically would do like a slam attack. And if I can't avoid that, I'm going to take a lot of damage in a not fun manner. I do legitimately hope we get a little bit of meta progression that lets me, let's see, a little bit of meta progression that lets me increase my drilling speed. These early mines are kind of the worst. They're not, like, heinous, but it's a little rough being this underpowered. One of the things that I fixate on, I think when it comes to roguelike design, is, I would call it Act 1 doldrums. Every roguelike kind of has to go through this. And the worst part about it is generally very few of them have actually figured out how to fix it. You either have the ones that have like meta progression, so okay, let's back up. Act 1 doldrums are the early stages of any roguelike run where you are a weak blank slate. Which is good, because that's how you feel more powerful by the end of the run. If you already start strong, then what's the point? And everything just isn't as interesting. It's why a lot of games with meta progression get immensely dull after even just a short while. Because ultimately you've kind of seen all of the things that the game has to offer already. And now you're just, not only have you seen all the things that it has to offer, but that there's no excitement on what you're doing as part of like your build. It's too easy, I guess. Let's just go with that. Let's take a look at this. This might be one of those kind of bonus little mines. Like, this is true of almost every game, just in general, is... Nope, that looks like that's a full-on actual mine. So we'll clear out the one I've been into before messing around with that one. Yeah, I'm distracted because I'm trying to strategize in my head for this game while also trying to make a very poignant point here. But, effectively my point is... Act 1 doldrums are hard to solve, because effectively, you have to be a basic blank slate. Stuff like meta progression makes it faster, but it doesn't actually make the first act much more interesting, or it potentially makes the rest of the game uninteresting because you start too powerful, and therefore you don't have that same power scaling that people look for in a roguelike. There's no good way around it one way or another. It works better if your roguelike has no meta progression and gets to the cool stuff quickly. But a lot of roguelikes are very slow about that. And for this one, specifically the reason why I'm bringing up the Act 1 doldrums is just because this first mine is always the worst, because I don't have any of my upgrades, I don't have anything cool. Luckily the enemies are weak, so I don't have to worry about it, but that doesn't actually make the game more interesting either. Okay. I was kind of hoping I could, like, fire that out. Because what I'd like to be able to do is, like, fire this in a direction. Well, it's a good time. Ooh, I am still very slow, and I don't have those turrets to defend me. But who knows, maybe I'll get something interesting for this. We get a bomb! Yeah. Oh, I might actually be able to dodge the birds now. Let's grab upgrades. Oh, I need one more. That's rough. Let's just grab that for a little bit of speed. And then disconnect and go grab things. So yeah, even if I could even just get, like, one drill upgrade, or even just the drill upgrades in general as part of the meta progression, I think that would help. Luckily, it seems like a lot of the meta progression is mostly focused around giving you more options, or speeding certain parts up, rather than making you explicitly stronger. But it does also, still doesn't get around the fact that this first mine sucks. I think that's part of the reason why I don't like playing Dome Keeper that much, is that the early game on that one it's not bad, it's just slow. And I crave a slightly... Honestly, Bullet Heavens I think have kind of ruined roguelikes for me, to a small degree. Mostly the idea of... I don't want to say instant gratification, because that makes me sound like a... your classic entitled millennial type. Which, okay, fine, you've got me. I am, in fact, a millennial, and yes, I killed Applebee's. Thank you, you're welcome. I think we're a couple seconds away. I'm just gonna grab this. We're not too far out. Yeah, I figured it was gonna be about the 15-minute mark. It really does seem to be about a minute and a half between. There's a meta progression that makes every wave 5 seconds slower. And I was originally kind of poo-pooing that because it seems kind of meaningless, but now that I know, it most assuredly is not meaningless. Okay, let's actually stop at this one and go in. There's an upgrade here, and also we can go a little faster. Yeah, the problem I have with the bomb is I kind of wish it was an ability that was attached to me. Because that was not worth it. I do have to say, though, it's very satisfying once you actually get this. Like, that initial couple minutes of frustration instantly melts away in favor of, whee, I'm swimming through rock really fast. I guess it's kind of like Terraria. I don't really like starting Terraria from... I don't know. I do like starting Terraria from scratch. Much of that has to do with the fact that it's very satisfying. The early game exploration, opening up a chest and finding like is it the Starfall sword or whatever the sword that causes a little star to fall and it does like some extra range damage. Like that's really fun kind of on its own right. Just because it feels good. Okay. Boy, what is it with these mines that go on for forever? I don't have the sprint this time around. Oh, I should have bought the movement speed upgrade. That's okay, it's not that far. Okay, what do we get now? Drone system. Auto targets enemies that appear next. Oh, you are an absolute champion. Alright. The drone almost is better for me. Okay, so let's go back. Let's see. So, I'm gonna buy the movement speed because that's super helpful. The rest of this isn't that important. So, reduce spread, shots on burst, reload speed. And then, unfortunately, it's gonna require a lot of resources before I can get the other stuff. Things that I most assuredly do not have. So, why don't we reduce the spread? We're gonna need 22 more to max this thing out. But having a drone that actively helps fight enemies that follows me around seems really useful. No, I should probably wait on that. We really should get the things that are farthest in. Okay. So it doesn't seem like there's any super secret cave bits here. It's mostly just big cave, lots of stuff. Okay, let's just get the last couple. I definitely just want a net. So I'm just... the ability to scoop everything with me. And also really wish that pulling these into my ship would actually auto-collect the lot of them. What? Okay. This is a problem. I actually lost one. Okay, actually, while we're here, let's give it some reload speed. There we go. Alright. Well, I might as well go back down to this one. Because that mine is done. Yeah, a number of those resources are just gone. That sucks. That sucks, and I guess I can't do my cool cheese anymore. Hopefully that didn't hurt my spider. It might have. Yeah, because I was hoping I'd just be able to shovel it in. And then, just suck it up really fast, just standing on the port. But it wasn't letting me... It wasn't letting me do the vacuum. And then also, a lot of the resources were actually just falling out of the spider ship. So I guess can't do that anymore. I'm a little mad about that. I know this will get at least a couple of patches to kind of smooth over the issues. And I know I'm also playing an early dev build, which is going to be inherently inferior to what's going to be available even so much as tomorrow when this game comes out. So I could do extra blast area and bomb replication speed, but the bomb just feels it feels worse than my own gun. I'm just going to reduce my spread. We definitely need to go for the extra damage here, but it's fine. I thought I spotted a third mine spot. I guess this must be it. But yeah, hopefully they fix that. Because all this really needs is if you scoop all of the things you're trying to mine, if you scoop them into your spider bot, it just hoovers them all up. As kind of like a, hey, you did a good job. Here's all the resources. You don't have to, like, manually get them. That was quick. Okay. Well, it's ultimately fine. Like, it doesn't bug me too much. I learn, I improve, and that's what I get for trying to cheese the system. Oh, right, I should be going up, never down. Okay, is this gonna give me a lot of meta currency? It looks like it. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna be able to do too much here. I'd like to get another system, if I can. But I don't know if I'm gonna get what I'm looking for or not here. I liked those defensive turrets. I legitimately wish you could bring them with you. Okay. Snag this. You know what? The sound effects on this might be a little loud. Okay, let's just bring this back. Whatever it is, I should make sure I keep it. And what did we get? Turret replicator. Okay. It's really good. I might want to build them again. I don't think I want to upgrade them now. I think what I want to do is probably put a turret or two. Oh, let's buy a smidge of damage. Actually, let's buy some more. There they go. Yeah, we definitely need to get the upgrade that lets my wall crawler slide down. Like, up and down quickly. Being able to traverse this map faster is going to be huge. I'm also, there's a whole separate layer of meta progression that I'm also very curious about. Because it says classified, and I'm hoping that's where the really good, game-changing upgrades are going to be. The ones I'm currently looking at are very fine, but I just... Boy, starting with the drill. It's like the dream. Okay, let's just... I'm just gonna destroy all of this. Once again, the more blocks I destroy, the more meta progression I get. Alright. There's my upper limit. Okay, snag it all. And we're good. I guess I'll only be able to bring a couple with me, but that's fine. Yeah, I don't know if we're quite as loaded as we were. This sucks. The vacuum is just like, hey, but what if they overshot? Okay, let's go back. Luckily, once again, we have a turret to make my life a little... turret of a sort that makes my life a little easier. And we're not that wounded, which is good. We've got the gun buddies. Do we want to snag this? Yeah, I think we do. Unfortunately, a number of these are going to require a lot of resources that I don't have. So I'm kind of out of luck. Oh, that's fine. Oh, they're all dead. Sweet. I know there's a meta progression that specifically makes the initial drill faster. Like from the spider mech. Which is an interesting choice, and I'm curious about how useful that would be. Maybe if you got enough of the right upgrades. Yeah, I just want to see if we can find an upgrade here. So many. Probably not going to be here. This is all resources. Yeah. Yeah, I wish the vacuum was a little stronger. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back for a couple seconds away from the waves, so I'm gonna just clean up these. There it is. You can tell because my my little fight droid has decided to get involved. But we also have the turret replicator. What else do we have? Turret max limit up. Reduce the cost of every turret. And what I want is just the ability to pick them up and move them. Well, I'm at a limit here. Okay, let's get this spawner. There we go. Nope, we're not quite done yet. Unfortunately, the waves get longer and longer. And the slower I am at clearing them... Yeah, the slower I am at clearing these, the less time I have to mine. It was a little rough. I don't think I got the tech out of this place yet. Hopefully there's a decent tech module. Unfortunately, it seems like another one of those, like, really big ones that just keeps going for a while. Oh, hey! We found it. So what kind of weapon do I get today? Stake thrower. Looks like it's always the stake thrower here. It's a good weapon. It's kind of like a sniper railgun situation. Is there no other tech? Because there's usually the blue bubble. Unless that is the blue... Ah, there it is. Okay, let's get this as well. A lot of things to upgrade. Not really sure how many of them are actually worthwhile. Okay, so what do we get? Overdrive. Hey. So it seems like there's kind of a limited pool at this point, but I don't hate the limited pool. So extra damage, drawing speed, damage but also charge duration. And then we also have a bunch of stuff for my boost. I'm gonna skip the stake thrower for the time being. I think I might want to upgrade the machine guns as much as I possibly can. Okay. Unfortunately, there's explodey boys coming for me. Oh, they explode after a certain point. Okay. That it? Alright. I don't have too much of a choice here. But yeah, if I can take out these eyes before anything else happens. Oh, dang. No, didn't avoid it. Dang. Yeah, I'm 40% faster, and that's still not fast enough. Alright, there we go. Is it also a night wave? Really now? I feel like this game needs a little bit of like Blood Moon organization on that. So you don't have wave, boss fight, and wave again. Like, almost, instead of having the timer at the top, I think it should just be a number of waves. So that horror shows up at, well, if it's every roughly minute and a half. Oh, this ain't the end. Oh, no, yeah, it is. But if the waves show up every minute and a half, what is 3 minutes, 18 minutes, 9.5? So I think that sucker should show up at, so it's what, 13 waves before the boss shows? I think in that case the boss should just show up every 10 to 13 waves or something to that extent. I think the point of it being on a timer is, and kind of its own timer, is the, if I make the wave intervals slower, that'll mean less waves before the boss overall, which means you'll be less injured by the time it does show. I don't know. I don't know how I would balance that fully. It's just mostly I feel like it should have a little bit of that, grace period. And maybe, I mean, okay, fine. The wave that came after was actually very short. But I really like that grace period in Kingdom where the waves after a blood moon, you actually have like a day off. And so you get to relax for a bit. Oh, that's my turret. He's very insistent on shooting downwards. Wow, we're having a really good run. Between the turrets and the drone, we're in a nice position. Let's actually buy something. Let's just buy those. I was considering seeing if there's any more gun upgrades that I could snag. But I'm not betting on it. So here's the question. Do we want to do a cloud wave? If I clear these two locations... Oh, the mine I was in was up here. I think there's a smidge left, but very little. I guess I could have just ignored it. Well, we have two mines right next to the southern pass. It might actually be every 2.5 minutes. And I'm mathing this wrong because it takes about a minute to clear a wave. Oh, I did get everything here. Shoot. That's what I get for not paying attention. I guess the other alternative is we just build a bunch of turrets around here. And whenever we have a bad wave, or if we're getting close to one of the big boss waves, then we just panic and say, you know, run back here. Oh, it takes 15. I'm writing a diary like some kind of bandit. Well, what can I say? I have food for about 100 weeks. Almost a year. These suckers will their little legs off looking for me. I think they missed a word. Okay, can I build? I can build a turret here. Yeah, why don't we do that? Because this way I have kind of a network of... Oh, you're new. Okay, he dead. A lot of explodey boys. But yeah, network of defensive turrets to keep me alive. Now let's hope this is one that actually, yes, has the green stuff. So the green stuff is useful for a couple of reasons. One, there are a couple of upgrades that actually need green crystals. Oh, I actually did have two. But also, green crystals are currently the only way that I can repair myself. I kind of wish my spider mech had a really slow heal on its own. But I also recognize that that's too easy. Okay. Might be a really small cave. I'm kind of hoping it isn't. Ooh. Are these rocks worth more? They might be. I can't tell from a meta progression perspective if they're worth more or not. Okay. But I have enough on hand to buy another drill. Which is what I was hoping for. Or not another drill, another turret. Okay, so what was the thing that needed green? A lot of stuff on the overdrive, but we're not buying that. This on the drone system, but I mean, I do have 7. Extra repair efficiency across the board. Ooh, that's good. Oh, but here it is. Plasma cutter. So I need 25 blue. Okay. So these guys do like a charge attack. They'll move towards kind of where I am or was. They're actually kind of easy. Because, yeah, they'll move to where I am or was, and then they'll go for a chomp. Okay. Let's go in here. I know there's all sorts of stuff that I can go and grab. Holy smokes, this run's gone on for a while. I mean, good thing, that means that in the... Well, I'm probably gonna stream more of this. I was gonna say, in the future, you know, all I'll have to do is, one run per episode, but, like, I gotta change my thought process on this. I don't know how many of you guys have shown up to the Dredge streams or the Terra Nil stream watching this, but there's a very real possibility I'm gonna actually slowly introduce some level of, like, YouTube streamage to this channel as, like, a much more consistent thing. I was doing some testing with it with Metroid Prime, and it was not actually that good. I think the answer is most people just don't actually like Metroidvanias and Metroid Prime, especially for some sad reason. Okay. I think we got a decent amount of green. I don't actually know what I have in my pocket. Okay. Snagged a lot of that. So I can't get the mining drill. Yeah. We'll have to find another cave. Oh, that's a new one. Okay. I have to make sure I'm actually aiming here. And then it's a lot of exploding jellyfish. Well, here's the thing. I think I'm gonna make a mistake. Unless we find another mine immediately. I'm gonna go down. And then I'm immediately gonna go back up. Unless this doesn't piss anything off. I was assuming these cloud walls would stop me. Nope, there it is. Oh. Yeah, I gotta be aiming up. Because I can outrun most of the flyers. Oh. Oh wait, no, I know which one that is. Alright, we're good. Obviously, it's going to take me a little bit to go back down. I also haven't used the stake launcher. Oh, that's fun. I wonder if we can use this to snipe out the eyes on the horror monster. Probably. I really wish the stake launcher was actually a permanent upgrade, if only because I found it twice in the same location, which means it might be hard-coded to always be there. It might not actually be the case. But if it is hard-coded to be there always, then I very much would prefer to, Holy smokes, there's nothing going on down here. Alright, there we go. This is why I want the wall dash. It's pretty. But if it's hard-coded to be there, there's no reason why it can't be, a permanent upgrade that you find. Just so you don't have to find the cave every time. And that way I could actually spec towards being a stake launcher boy. At least the, rock durability is the same. I don't know if the waves are going to be the same down here. Okay, let's just go back. Yeah, if I can make my spider mech even faster, that'll make my life super handy. Okay, there's the foul munch beast. There he goes. There's one gun. Now you might be wondering why I'm not upgrading myself. Or not upgrading myself, I'm not repairing myself. Mostly I want to get this upgrade before I do. And I also want to get this upgrade. We don't need the drilling efficiency that bad though. So I think I'd rather live. Let's try and get as much blue as possible. We don't need any of the white, the like gray crystals. Oh. There's a chip. Chip gives me drilling efficiency and movement in the mine. That's upsettingly strong. Well. Bad news bears. That had just a little bit less than I wanted. No, that's not it. We want to press R. There's too many buttons here for interacting with stuff. I think I've still got a minute. All I need is literally one more. Well, here's that stuff. Gosh, and even with all of my extra drill efficiency, this is painfully slow. Okay, so we're gonna buy this. Get 2 of those. Rip green. I definitely needed it, but what was I to do in this situation? Oh, I got crunched. Oh, this went bad. I should have gone up, not down. Okay, didn't get crunched. There we go. This is bad. Jeez. I mean, I wasn't really expecting to win on that one. I honestly got far further than I thought. Let's see, can I buy both of these? Yeah, I'm just gonna make it so I can do a quick dash up and down. Now, can I get any of the classified things yet? No. Sucks. So what else do we want? Masking plates are gonna be nice. Vacuum cleaner capacity is gonna be great. Wait, why is the missile... Ugh, the missile does more damage, but the cooldown goes up. That's rough. Yeah, I think what I want to save up for next is Engine Mark III. Being able to specifically really motor up and down is going to help a lot. That and the masking plates. We'll have to figure out how to get these classified upgrades, but I'll have to leave that for later. I'm looking at this. These look like drills, so hopefully I get what I'm looking for, and this might be an upgrade for my starting weapon. But I don't know. For now, though, if you guys like this video in any... Oh, right. Of course. Sorry, there's way more to this than I thought. So Wall World is going to be out on the 5th. I just got extra early access to it. But the other thing I was going to say is this game's going to be $5. It really does kind of change my perspective a little bit on the whole, like, you know, it's too close to Dome Keeper kind of thing. And honestly, just in general, like, this is a really good game for $5. And it's going to be, I think, 15% off for launch, so it's going to be even less than that. It's going to be what? It's like $4.25-ish? Yeah, I think it's 425 for launch, which, yeah, that's an absurdly cheap price for a game that you're easily going to get 5, 10, maybe 15 hours out of, and I'm looking forward to playing more of it myself for that exact same reason. So, with all of that said, if you guys like this video in any way, shape, or form, leave me a like, helps more than you know, and if you want to see more rad new indie games every single day, then hit subscribe because I got tons to show off. But with that, thanks for watching, I'll see you next time.